And now we're going to talk about our potentials. As you can see, I think Ukomon is going to be on this list. So, I'll go through like the ones that I think are probably going to be hit. If you are in my Discord, you've already kind of seen where I'm at with this. So these are just completely my opinion based on research, some matchups, some peer comments, everything in between. So I have things that probably should be restricted. I have most of the things when I say banned or hit, I will be referring to probably restricted to one. Some are like, I don't want them to be, but they might, and it's viable that they might. So we'll kind of go through my thoughts here. First, of course, being our Ukomons, both the promo and the BT16 one. These are, we'll do the alt arts because we're cool. Is that the right one? Yes, it's the gain 1 memory. I think it's that one. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Cool. Oh. So let's start with Ukos. Yeah, a restriction to 2 wouldn't be too bad, but I feel like I don't know why it does this. It's been doing this lately, so I don't know what's going on. A restriction to 2 wouldn't be bad. It'd still be easy to search though. Especially for OTK decks, for decks that are like OTK'd, having a chance to see it twice almost is beneficial, right? But yeah, I do think both Ukomons should definitely be hit. For some cards, yeah, I agree. Some should be restricted to 2. Not all of them, but I do agree with that. Like if it's like they're like some are restricted to 2, these are restricted to 1, these are restricted to 0. I agree with that. So this Ukomon is basically when one of your Digimon move from the breeding area, you get to search. So you literally, okay, we will see in a bit. You literally get to put your Ukomon in raising for 1, push it out of raising, auto search, swing it, kill it, it's done. Which is pretty crazy, right? So, Ukomon running at 4 makes too many decks really easy to play. This Ukomon as well. Same sort of concept. When one of your Digimon are going, you gain a memory. You just gain a memory. And you can rehatch. That's the biggest thing. So, the biggest thing with Ukomons that make it so difficult is that you get to hatch again on the same turn, and that makes a lot of people to build in the back. It makes it so much easier for people to get where they need to. So ideally both Ukos should go down to 1. I think both should be hit. However, if I had to choose one over the other, as much as I don't want to, I think the searcher should be restricted more so than this one. I think being able to search and grabbing a Digimon is way more like advantage helpful over memory per se, right? Anything that gets you to dig in your deck, I always feel is more powerful because there are a lot of decks that can work with very little memory, and with that extra memory gain, it doesn't make a difference for them. But at the same time, I can't necessarily run a Maste purple base that is fast enough with the current meta to be able to do this. So I would like to keep it, but of course also I do understand that it does have to go to 1, and if I see this go to 1, I am on board with it. Both would be nice, but yeah, Ukomon for sure definitely has to go down to 1. Another thing, I'm kind of indifferent with these, but it's Nume X. Oh, I should probably put Digimon. So Numemon X, I think needs to be hit. And or Monze. I can spell this right. Monse. Or Mastemon X. Where are you? I think it's the BT15 one. It's the only one, right? Yeah. Like it's one of those. Oh, that's no. Open link in new tab. I think both of these are pretty, like, we need to hit Nume. And in North America, like, Nume is insanely strong. I don't know. Well, I mean, I do know why it's these two cards that make it just absolutely broken. But effectively, these two are really a pain in the butt to deal with. When Digi-evolving, if Monze's in the Digi-evolution, you can play a Numemon out, or a level 3 Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost. And then, when one of your other Digimon is played, one of your opponent's Digimon gets negative 2,000 for the turn. So you're basically getting a double advantage off of it. And with the inheritables underneath is insane. And then, of course, all turns you get, on deletion, you may play one Digimon card with Numemon. You can literally play out any Numemon. It doesn't specify like a Numemon level 4 or lower. It's like any Numemon. So a lot of people play out the level 6. I don't know which one is more threatening. I think the Nume X is more of a problem. Although I've really thought that Monze is the problem, but now reading it, I don't know. It seems like they're both an issue, and I just don't know which one's worse. But then again, if they can restrict Gabu and thingy, brain. Wow. Gabu and Garurumon X, they restricted both of them at the same time. There's nothing wrong with them restricting both Monze and Nume. So also something that really should be hit. Some things that I think should be hit but probably aren't going to be hit is Emissary of Hope. If I could spell it right, Emissary. You know what? I'm just gonna write of Hope. Monze and Nume and Uko is too much. I agree. I think if they hit one Uko and both Monze and Nume, I'd be happy. Or if they hit 1 and 1, I'd be happy. Or if they hit 2 and 1, that's where I see it. If they hit 2 and 1, I'm happy. Even for like the opposite, if they do both Ukos and only one brain. What's the word called? One of the Nume ones. They do two Ukos and one of those. The other card that's not gonna, I don't think this will get hit, but it has potential to be hit, is of course Emissary of Hope. This is something that a lot of SecCon decks and Yellow Vaccine decks are using. And for a cost of 1 to be able to Digivolve into something that usually Digivolves for 4 is pretty crazy. And more than likely, these yellow decks are going to have the TK, the 3-cost TK that came out recently. So this really kind of benefits those players by a lot. I don't think it'll be hit because not a lot, like minus the yellow deck specifically that are running it for like SecCon and vaccines. Nobody else is really running it. And how often are you going to have level 6s inside your security unless you actively rig them? So if you are rigging them, then it's a lot more challenging, but this really has a bit of a niche. So I don't know if it'll get hit. But remember, you can also use it for Magna X. So yeah, they don't also run it at the full 4. Even for me with Master, I think I was running it at 2 at the most. Like I don't think I ran it like more than 2. So kind of gives you some context there to work with, right? Which is pretty chill. So I don't think it'll get hit, but it definitely has some like radar potential, I think. For it to kind of be viable. The other one is, of course, is Awakening of the Golden Knight. A lot of people have been really annoyed by Magna. And this is kind of one of those cards that is really annoying. It also... Theoretically, can't it also work with Rapidmon as well? Because Rapidmon is armor form if you're running green armor. Am I thinking too far into this? Because I think you can actually grab any armor form. So as long as you have an armor form, you can play it without meeting color requirements. And then you can Digivolve one of your armor form into Digimon card with Magnamon. So I think you could go Rapid into Magna, right? Or am I crazy? I don't think you would, but can't you? Because it's yellow, right? Yeah, see, that's gross. That's gross. This one doesn't have armor form. It has, well, unless they consider armor purge armor form. So you can't go from 6 to 6, but you can definitely go from like 4 to 6. Can't you? Ew. That's another problem. You can go from a 4 to a 6. And especially with Magna X, you don't even like, what you will see on a Friday. Don't worry, guys, I got you. On Friday, I have a Magnamon deck list that is going to release on YouTube. So if you're not following my YouTube, maybe go drop a follow there. And you'll notice that the Magnamon X deck that I shared does not run any level 5s. And mainly because there are no Magnamon level 5s. Which is weird because there's Rapidmon level 5, but there's no Magnamon level 5. So... And the security effect is also very annoying because you get to return something back from your trash and add it to your hand. So you can literally set up your Magnamon X very nicely. So it is just a really... I know people say to restrict Magna X down to 1. And I'm not against it. However, I do think that Awakening of the Golden Knight is more threatening than Magna X. Because Magna X, yeah, the first time it's on the field is really annoying. But once it's its turn again, you can still activate ace timing. Like I'm finding with... Now, I don't know if it's just because Mastemon can potentially counter it if it doesn't get deleted. Like, I don't know if it's just a Mash Day thing. But I can potentially remove it off the field before the security is checked. So, and yeah, doing a pairing ban might not be a bad idea either. And typical dude, you have just foreshadowed what you will see on Friday on my YouTube. It is a fully Vmon themed deck. And it is actually very scary. Even with that, with Vmon, it is terrifying. Because you can recycle. It is wild. It is crazy. But with the Vmon and blue armor, it's a lot of fun. But the vaccine, we root for the underdogs here. So playing a Vmon base deck was a lot of fun. But yeah, having that Patamon pair might not be a bad idea. Like, if Patamon, then restrict to 1 kind of thing. Or just ban it completely. But I do think Awakening of the Golden Knight also should be on the radar for Bandai. To be like, hey, this is kind of overpowering for Rapidmon and Magnamon. And effectively any armor form decks. Right? Theoretically, doesn't Cherubi have an armor form? I'm trying to remember. Well, I mean, you can argue that Cherubimon can play Rapidmon for level 4 and then just Magnamon into level 5. And I can only imagine with Gold Vidramon, which is also an armor form. Imagine So, and remember, Awakening of the Golden Knight allows you to jump from a 4 to a 6, and that's the problem. And it only costs 3. That is insane. So Gold V, which is not a Magnamon, you can literally jump from this to Magna X. And if you remember, oh, I probably should have said, that's not the right one. Where are you? Well, like, that's not what it looks like. Where's the 3 colors? Am I crazy? Is it only 2 colors? There it is. I was like, it's 3 colors. What am I saying here? I'm so used to seeing the alt art, because also fun fact, Friday's video is a near max rarity. It's a near max rarity deck. So, because remember, our wallets can't always afford full max rarity. But also sometimes the art just looks way cooler. So like, I'll give it that. And what's crazy is that you don't have to have Magnamon X antibody under it. You just have to have an armor form. So going from a 4 to a 6, and you're still getting the benefits of Magnamon X in full. Which then leads me to my next issue. Okay. Okay. It's this. Okay. It's this right here. I just want to read this for you all. When a card is removed from a security stack, you may activate one of this Digimon's when Digivolving effects. Okay. One of. My question becomes, whoever translated this, Bandai, Japan, North America, whoever decided when they looked at this and were like, yes, this translation is authentic and is correct. There's only one Digivolving effect. But sentence structured, it's 2. No, it's not. It's not even 2. It's a comma, isn't it? It's a freaking comma. No, the period is then unsuspended. But do you see the issue here? It says activate one of the effects. Not activate the effect. And it bothers me because they could have nicely split this and said, until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon gets -3 or gets positive 3,000. And then they could have separated it and said, or you can unsuspend it. Like they could have said, or they could have even done like, you get 3,000, isn't affected by your opponent's effects, and unsuspend it. So one of the effects. But yeah, it is all one effect mechanically. Which is crazy. It's crazy. I will always pet peeve, but it is what it is. But then why say one of this effect? You gotta say activate the effect. They could have saved on text and then we could have had more of the alt art showing. But anyhow, I don't think for the future when it has more. Yeah, do you think we're gonna get inheritable when Digivolvings? Do those even exist? I've never seen one. Like, I've never seen an inheritable when Digivolving. Oh, but you know what? There are the ones, what's the Digimon line that it stacks the Digivolves? Yeah, I think it was Jesmon, you're right, that it stacks it in a weird way. So I guess if it does have that, then this does make sense. I don't like it, but it does make sense. I don't agree with it, but it does make sense. If you think of it like Jesmon, yeah. Yeah, that's the one, Jesmon GX, that's right, because you slide Genku underneath, right? Yeah. It's an expensive card. It's actually gone down though, but it is still expensive. Yeah. Slide any Royal Knight and you gain those Digivolves, yeah. Oh my gosh, Pancake. People were looking for these like crazy. But now with the ban list coming out soon, a lot of people are the prices are going down because if it gets banned, then you want to try to move it as early as possible. So people are trying to sell it for as high as they can, which like makes sense. But anyhow, I don't think Mastemon will get restricted. Only because it hasn't been as detrimental as Nume has been. So I think they're going to prioritize Numemon over Mastemon. And then we'll see kind of where it goes from there. And then the last one that I think probably should be hit, but it might not be, is Mirage. The BT11 one, this guy. This one's got to go. This one's got to go down to 1. It is... Ugh. Yeah, it's crazy. Because there are so many... It's like, oh, gain a memory for every 4 cards. So there are a lot of decks that rely on... Like... Yeah. I know. It probably won't be hit, but it definitely is something to look into, especially with Blue Hybrid coming out. I think we're getting a lot of Blue Hybrid support soon, and this is just not going to help that. It's just going to be a pile of blue. Too much blue. Too many blue. But it's this part that's the problem, right? You know, returning a level 5 or lower to the hand. That really annoys me because a lot of my deck relies on my level 5, so that's already annoying. But also, like, gaining a memory once per turn, it's like, oh. Exactly. And that's what makes it so difficult, is that if you hit this, the deck will be done. Yeah, Thomas isn't a bad one either. Like, it just needs something to slow it down. Like, it's too fast. I don't think the BT13 one is really viable. Yeah, it's not really anything crazy. With 1 and 1 Thomas. Wow. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, Mirage is just really quick and there's not really much... I don't know how they're going to tackle it. I really don't know how they manage it, but definitely think Mirage is a viable one to restrict, but it probably won't be. The other thing that could be hit, which I really don't want to, is my little bean. I don't want the bean to be hit, but I know it will. It's definitely one of those... Ugh. I don't want it to get hit. Patamon is too special, but I also understand why. Because yellow vaccine decks and SecCon is just too broken. And the Patamon is what's here. Oh, typical dude, you and me can cry together. I do not want this hit, period. This is my I don't want this hit. Like I said, I have my lists of, we've already done the things that should be hit, which is Uko and both Ukos and Numemon and Mastemon, whether they do all of them or a 1 and 2 ratio. However they do that, those need to be priority. Followed by Awakening of the Golden Knight, Emissary of Hope, and Mirage BT11, which are these should probably be on Bandai's radar, but they probably won't get hit. Followed by my, I really don't want this to get hit, but I know a lot of people want it to get hit. I think that I agree. I think Emissary has more viability to be hit over Patamon because it's a 1 cost. Because most will guarantee to have a TK on the field by that point. And also, you can't guarantee that there's going to be a level 4 in your security, again, unless you rig it with the TK. So there have been times where when I'm starting the round and I push out my Patamon and then there's no level 4s in my security. So the 3-cost TK is also a possibility. So I don't mind if the 3-cost TK gets hit because I don't run it. So I'm fine. Yeah, the 3-cost, this is this BT14 one, right? Yeah. The 3-cost TK would also be really good to get hit. I think the 3-cost TK will slow down Yellow Vaccine and slow down it'll slow down, oh my gosh, what's the other one there? Secon. They're both the same roughly, but they are based differently, so I get it. I feel like TK could be the alternate hit. Like if they don't want to hit Patamon, they could hit the TK. Because again, TK, you're rigging in your security anyway, and it triggers itself. And Patamon kind of does the same thing, so it's really hard. I don't want either to be hit. I really don't. Well, correction. I don't care if TK gets hit. I do care if Patamon gets hit. Only because Mastemon has been so much easier to play thanks to the Patamon. Like, this has been great. And if they hit Uko and they hit Patamon, Mastemon will not be fast enough to build. Your 3 Great Angels? Wait a second. What's your 3 GA? Do I know what that is? Oh, you do care. I see. Okay. I understand now. Okay. So, Pancake, you're saying that you'd rather the Patamon get hit over the TK? That makes sense. Okay. For me, I'm the opposite. But that's because I play Mastemon. Like, I want Mastemon to be viable. So, yeah, I don't want Patamon to get hit, but I think it will. But yeah, I see that. Typical dude. That's fair. So now on to my final section. Yeah. And I think that's the only, like, Pancake, you're on the right, like, that's the biggest reason why I think this might get hit. Like, I don't know if it get hit in this particular format, but I do feel like because Yellow Vaccines is so intense, it is very possible for them to just be like, yeah, we're gonna just bye-bye, you know? But I still don't want it to be. I still don't want it to be. But what do we know, right? We'll eventually figure it out and it'll be fine. Okay, so for my final theory of pure rage. The thing I want banned that won't be period. And the only reason why I want this banned is out of pure spite. Because I just despise these. Because they are annoying to play against. Okay. Are you ready? The Digimon Marcus. Which one is it? Is it the... This one, I don't even know what this does. And this already scares me. Yeah, no, it's this one. It's just the... Yeah. This? When this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your tamers gets... This is insane. But it's the annoying one that does the thing. Hey, Shadows! Welcome! Oh my gosh, thank you for the sub! Uncle Hira, thank you for the sub. Welcome. I can't believe it's been 9 months. Oh, across time. Yeah, this one. This one. This needs to go. This is out of pure, like... I have friends that play Shine Gray. And, like, I just hate this Marcus so much. I've hated this Marcus with a passion. I'm so sorry. I know. He targets mine too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is this what you play, Duel? Yellow with all the free Evo. Why? I agree. Diagon, exactly. Yellow gets like all this cool stuff. And I don't even get to use it because Mastemon doesn't use it. Hello, Polly. Anyhow. Marcus will not get hit. Ooh! Sukumon's pretty fun. How to make a good deck. Make half yellow or purple. No. Hold on. Pancake. Are we talking like Japan's meta right now or North America's? Because I am playing a half yellow, half purple deck and it is not doing too hot. Everyone hates your poo deck? Hey, speaking of poo, after we're done, we're gonna see if Duel, typical dude, did you just send me 4 Marcuses? Did you just do this? No. I do like the alt art though. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the artwork. I just despise the card. Oh, you all are too funny. Y'all making me laugh. Oh man, I've played against one Sukumon deck once. And there was a lot of poop. There was a lot of poop on it. But anyway, back to my point. Will this Marcus get hit? Absolutely not. Will it get restricted? Absolutely not. Will I always, for the next year, say, ban Marcus? Yes, I will always say it. Because this one hurts my soul. Marcus just hurts me. It's just Marcus. But don't worry, it's not just Marcus. There's one more. There's one more. Don't you worry. Typical dude, it's not just the Marcus, okay? Something newer than the Marcus. Something newer than the Marcus also needs to be my detriment. Is Paildramon. Who hurt me? Oh, Marcus hurt me. I am crying Patamon because of Marcus. Yeah, but see, I'm not going to hate that because I'm going to play it. So I'll feel better. It's literally a musician. I have to play it. I'm a music nerd. That's why I always say Doomsday Yodel. Eventually you'll all learn what that means. But for now, you don't know what it means. But I feel like I have to play, you know, heavy metal deck. Because, like, you know, it's a theme. But anyway, so Paildramon. But the problem is, I don't like this Paildramon. Mainly because I keep trying to nuke this Paildramon and it keeps partitioning and then DNAing again and then partitioning and then DNAing again. And then partitioning, and then DNAing again. But if I get rid of this, I have to get rid of the Sylphimon because they do the exact same thing. But the big difference between the Paildramon and the Sylphimon, and this is why I think, and I have a Sylphimon deck, as you all have seen on yesterday when I posted on YouTube, I posted a Sylphimon deck that is still in a working progress. But exactly. Daigon, you have called it. Sylphie doesn't stun. With Sylphie, you can still stay alive. But Pyogemon, you can't. Pyogemon, they can literally suspend your Digimon. You are frozen until the end of your turn. They can swing 2 checks, Evo into Imperial, unsuspend, swing again, Evo again, and swing again. If you partition, it's even better. Let's hear me out. Pyogemon, when Digivolving triggers, Pyogemon swings. And it doesn't suspend anything. It unsuspends. Pyogemon swings a second check. Digivolves into Imperial. Unsuspends. Re-swings again. Let's say an option stuns it to partition. It partitions out. You DNA again. You swing again. And you just cycle. Yeah, Pancake. Those are terrifying. And then they just do it again. And they can like literally gain infinite memory. It does. Its level 3s have a ton of searchers. Tons of searchers. So the Pyogemon partition is definitely a card that like, it won't get hit. It really won't. But does it annoy me? Yes. 100% annoys me. It is definitely a card that does annoy me. So there's that. I know some of us were talking in our Discord and we were talking about Louis as well. Could be a potential. Oh, wait, what's that one? BT 16. Oh, Davison can. Yes. Oh my gosh, please. Get this out of here. Oh, I'm so excited for Amber Memory Boost. It's going to be so good. I think Louis will be fine, but Louis is also another one. Oh, no. That's okay. I'm like, I don't know all the lingo. I didn't know what Melga was until Nats. Because everyone was like, oh, are you running Melga? I'm like, yeah, I'm running a Gabu deck. And they're like, yeah, Melga. I was like, no, what's Melga? They're like, Metal Garurumon. And I'm like, Dice Ken. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Play out a Vmon. Play out a Wormmon. And you have 4 of them played on your field. Play out 4 of them. You're fine. I mean, I was calling it Gabu Baby. I was like, it's Gabu Baby. That's it. I know Louis was an option only because with the Gabubon stuff coming out, I think it was a little bit concerning. It was something like that. That was just like a little bit of a problem. I know a lot of us are kind of saying like Ukamon Awakening, Monzays, BT 14 TK. Yeah. A lot of us don't want Patamon hit, which I agree. Any options that cost 0? Ban. Oh, yeah. Return of the I forgot about this one. Don't touch my babies? Wait, which ones are your babies? Wait, now I'm confused. We're not touching the Patas. Patas have to stay. Let's talk unhit. Set some cards free. Listen, this also is very gross. This is gross. I forgot how annoying this is. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh. Yeah, let me just Digivolve into a level 5 or higher with free trait. And reduce it by 4. So I play for 2. And reduce. Like, that's insane. This card is insane. If this is like their like wild card that they ban on the 23rd, I'm not even gonna be mad. Because remember, it also has the security effect, which is play a tamer with Davis or Ken. And guess what card you can play? Davis and Ken. And you're set up for the next round. Yep. That's pretty cracked. Yeah. And we could also look at Ancient Garurumons. Typical dude. You just... Oh, you have your beans! I'm so jealous. I want my beans. I only have one bean. I have 4 regular arts and 1 alt art, but I want my alti beans. I want my alt art beans so bad. I don't even care if they do get restricted. I'll still give them good homes. They'll just go into one will go into Sylphie